I support.
Very well. Minority Leader.
Thank you, the Honorable Speaker. Let me just add my voice to this very important debate. And I want to start by thanking the Honorable Gichimu and the Honorable Mule for making this very vital step towards ensuring that NGCDF, among the other funds that are proposed, is entrenched in the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, I want to join my colleagues who have spoken before me in making a case for NGCDF in particular. And I want to be very, very brief, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is not in doubt that right from independence up to date, there have been funds that have been allocated every other financial year to the national government, departments and ministries and agencies towards certain projects which are critical and vital for the development of this country. I have in point, for example, funds that have continually been allocated for infrastructure in schools through the Ministry of Education. The other case, Mr. Speaker, is funds allocated towards bursaries, again, for our children through the same Ministry of Education. We have also had funds allocated towards construction of security installations such as police stations, administration offices, and so on and so forth through the Ministry of Interior and its predecessors. But one running thread is that in all these cases, prior to the advent of the NGCDF or its predecessor, the CDF, nothing was there to show for these funds. If you travel across the country and ask yourselves, where are the funds that have been earmarked for these development projects through the respective ministries, you would not be shown any, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, the coming into being of CDF and now NGCDF was kind of a revolution. And it is not in doubt that the NGCDF has been felt far and wide across every breadth and width of this country. As we speak again, to iterate what has been said earlier by my colleagues, we have cases, very, very many cases. If I talk of my constituency, for instance, of children who are never able to report for third term this year. There are children of poor Kenyans who have relied all along on NGCDF for bursaries, who have continued to languish at home since the opening of the third term this year. Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there are projects which had been earmarked in the education sector in terms of improvement of school infrastructure, vital facilities such as laboratories and libraries, Mr. Speaker. Vital facilities such as police stations and police posts all over the country, which have either stalled or have not taken off as a result of this stalemate on NGCDF. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the impact NGCDF has made in the lives of ordinary Kenyans across the country, you would agree with me that anybody putting roadblocks on the path of NGCDF, anybody trying to outlaw NGCDF, anybody trying to make NGCDF in operation, anybody trying to make NGCDF not to come into operation, Mr. Speaker, is essentially an enemy of the people. There can be no greater enemy of the people than that person who is trying to sabotage NGCDF. And therefore, this House has a destiny with history. We must choose to be on the right side of history. We must choose as a House to assert ourselves and make this move so that this debate, this haggling, this back and forth with the judiciary is put to rest once and for all, by entrenching NGCDF among these other funds in the Constitution, and as quickly as.
Very well. Very well. Dr. Robert Pokose.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing me to join my colleagues on making comments on this constitutional amendment by the Honorable